Hello, everyone. I'm Alvin King, host of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. Saladin, Vash, and I thank you for inviting us into your home every Friday evening for laughs and live chit chat.
Tonight, we're going to share with you one of our favorite episodes from this season. And we'll be back bringing you new shows with exciting topics and very special guests before you know it. In fact, we're working on them right now.
Follow us on all social media to make sure you don't miss any of our special content or announcements for our next live broadcast. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and your favorite podcast platform. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching He Said,
He said,
He said.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, welcome. This is your boy, Alvin King, and I am here tonight on this Friday, July the 30th, for another episode of He Said, He Said, He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. How you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I hear that this weekend in many places is going to be beautiful, but thank you for joining us tonight. We're sorry for coming on just a little teeny bit late tonight. We wanted to make sure that we took care of some things, and so hope you stuck around and you are coming with us tonight on this fun-filled show that we prepared for you, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we thought we would have some fun. We haven't had this much fun that we planned in a long time. We have been dealing with some serious things. And so we thought that we would title a show tonight, Why Would They Do That? Okay? And I'm sure you have asked yourself many times over the last 2 years, particularly, why would they do that? And it could be anything. I'm talking about in a grocery store. Sometimes when I leave out my house, I will lock my door and turn around and see something on my street and say, why would they do that? And so tonight, the cast of He Said, He Said, He Said have prepared a show for you with our little pet peeves of why would they do that. And we've even invited a special guest tonight, you all. That's right. Ask Alma is up in the house and she's going to be here. But before we get started and move the show along, let me bring the cast in tonight. Can I have Mr. Vash, Boddie, and Mr. Saladin Deir? Can you guys come on up in here tonight? How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic, Alvin. How you doing?
I am, my energy is up, tonight. Like I said, for me, I think that we're in a place right now where we're not even laughing as much as we need to. I don't even want to talk about, and we all know what's happening right now. There's some serious things going on with how this coronavirus is now taking on a new turn, bringing in their sorors, the deltas, the alphas. They're bringing in all of them. It's like, really?
Not their sorors.
They're bringing in their, yes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this is not a pun against sororities or fraternities. I'm not trying to say that. Okay, so don't hear me say that. I'm
COVID
just saying.
By Corona.
I'm just saying that this is kind of crazy. Serious. But we want to laugh tonight. Are you guys ready to laugh? Because I am.
I'm ready to laugh, and I'm just afraid that that's all I'll be able to do tonight. So forgive me in advance.
Well, before we go, and hey, Patty. Oh, look, say hi to these kids are coming up. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Rose and Patty. How y'all doing tonight? Thank you for joining us tonight. And hopefully you all will laugh with us. And we want to hear from you on your why would they do that. Now, it's only going to take you about 6 or 7 minutes to catch on to what's going on in the show if you're not, really caught up. But we're going to bring you up to speed and we want to hear from you. So put your why would they do that in our comment section. And we're going to give you a little shout out. But we got one more person to bring on before we, go into our next little segment here. Can we ask the lady of the evening from the highly watched show on NNPA, Ask Alma? Can we have Miss Alma Gill to come on?
Hey, Alma.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Doing good. Look at you.
I'm taking all those kisses.
Saladin, yes.
I feel it. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Patty, staying in the house. house. Hey,
Okay,
Patty.
that's
Hi,
a
Alvin. I'm sorry. I was reading Patty's comment.
that's a USA
Alvin.
Today alum.
It is. It
Oh my
is.
God. Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
Yes,
Hey,
it
Patty.
is.
Hey,
Hi,
look.
Vash. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Welcome to our show. It was such a pleasure being on your show that people should watch. It's lovely to have you here with us.
Thank you.
In the
I am
house.
so happy to be with you guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It
like
is
they,
like I'm
like
just
they say in the hood, we
the
got you.
love.
Yes.
I know, right?
We got you tonight. So, our show is, why would they do that? And we do have a hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to, we want you to hashtag, WWYDT. Oh, I'm sorry. Why would they? WWTDT. Okay, look, my alphabet's all messed up. So I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right before we go. Okay, I'm gonna get it right. But you know what? Okay, and these are coming from real places. I do have like a little caveat. I'm sorry, a disclaimer. If whatever we say tonight for our friends who are on here, you think that what we're saying is about you, I'm just saying that's not always the case. But a little word of advice. Don't blame the mirror, blame the reflection. Okay? I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Check the reflection. Because the mirror's all right. Okay. So you know what? We gonna get this show on the road tonight. And one of the biggest, one of my main pet peeves right now, or why would they do that, is when you go out with somebody and they put their you out to dinner with them and they take their mask off and put it on the table.
Where are we supposed to put it?
Although that's a good question.
In your pocket, in your handbag.
Mine hanging off one ear, depending on what earrings I have on for the evening. But where are you supposed to put it? Like, can't you fold it like a napkin?
Well, first of all, that was the best place to put it. It can hang on you. It can do whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you put it on that table, even if I know you, that means that table needs to be wiped down again. That's my take on it.
Okay. Because you're not supposed to touch them. Even when you take them off, you're supposed to like do a little ginger like boom so that you don't even touch the front of it. So like to fold it up and put it in your pocket, like I really don't know what you're supposed to do with this. Should they have little hanging things that you could just hang it off the table?
They have those for purses,
That's so what I'm saying. I do.
So we can use it for the mask.
Perhaps.
How about if you put it between your legs, put it somewhere under your seat? It does not need to be on the table because, quite frankly, I don't care where you put it.
Wait, but don't put it between your legs, Alvin. No, we ain't having that. You asked me where should it go, and I don't care. I don't care. So that's one of my why would they do that kind of moments. And for my friends, I usually tell them. So So that's.
Well, Patty said fashion first.
Fashion first. Let it hang like an earring.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not okay. So I get with Alma. Let it hang like an earring. Okay. Let it. Okay. So I'm good with that. So So that's one of my like quick main ones.
Really?
You guys got any like quick main ones that just come up for you like right off the top of your head?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I do not understand why people will leave their house on the phone because they don't want people inside to hear their conversation and then stand outside and let the whole neighborhood hear it.
Why would they do that?
Like, why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
I don't want to hear that.
And they also do it like on the trains and stuff too. Like, I guess that's not stepping out your house because if you're on the train, okay, I'm gonna.
But
on the train, they're on the speakerphone,
right? When they,
okay.
That's when they're on speakerphone.
Okay, I got it.
And then they get mad that you joined their conversation.
Well, I have one. Why do people show up at your house unannounced and get mad because they know you're home, but you won't answer the door? Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Well, I'm thinking what comes up for me is, are they your friends? Who are these people? I mean, why would they just do that?
Friends / neighbors.
Oh, okay.
I need an announcement. I need to know. I need for you to like call me and say, hey, I'm in your area, or hey, I want to drop by and say hi. Don't show up unannounced because I'll be like this.
Me too.
Knocking away and I'll
me too. Like, did you tell me you were coming?
Right.
Like,
I'm
Well,
not
Hey,
answering the
Atlanta.
door. As a matter of fact, go back to your car and call
Yes.
me from your cell phone and tell me that you're in my area. So
Come
Well, I wonder
on.
how you know they mad. Do they text you and say, "I know you home"? Because they should have texted you and said, "I'm on my way over."
That's what we're
Exactly.
saying. Announce yourself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because if you don't, I don't hear you knocking.
Right.
Well,
I don't
and
hear you.
speaking of okay, see, you said knocking.
Right.
Okay, and the first thing that came for me, I was thinking, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I just felt church. And so I ain't trying to offend other my church mothers and stuff, but this is for all again, why would they do that? Why would you put on the biggest church hat before you leave the house, one that you can't even drive the car in? You can't even get it in the car. You can drive with it. It has to sit on a separate seat by itself.
In a box.
And yet when you get to that church door, you put that hat on and you walk up in that church and you sit in front of me, and I cannot see the pastor. I can't see the choir.
Is it Easter though, Alvin? Because if it's Easter, then you have to have on your biggest hat. Is it
Alma,
Easter Sunday?
I don't care. If it looks like a UFO, it does not need to be in church.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
On Easter Sunday, you get a pass.
Okay, well, look. Okay.
My grandmother wore hats
Hi,
to church
Bessie.
every week. Every week. Her collection of hats when she died were the thing that people wanted. She just had hat boxes stacked to the nines.
Wow.
I understand your pain. I understand your pain because some of them were big. They were beautiful, but you could not see past them.
Right.
Well, I want to know, why is it that when I go to the theater, it doesn't matter if I'm at the Joyce Theater in Chelsea or the Metropolitan Opera, why do people get upset and shocked when I turn around and stop it and ask them to stop kicking my chair? Why would they do that?
Why? Well, because they're trying to pick a fight. Because they're trying to pick a fight. Because everybody knows since the beginning of time, you don't kick nobody's seat or talk. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that in a movie theater. You don't kick nobody's seat. You don't disturb them. Going to the movies is like going to the library.
Or on a flight. I've never really had anybody kick my seat in the movie theater, but I have been on a flight and had somebody keep adjusting themselves. But whatever you do behind me on a flight and I can feel it in my seat, then I will say something to you.
Of course, you have to. Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah. In the movie theater, though, but I don't go to the movies that much. So maybe
I've had to ask people at the opera to stop kicking my seat. And when I turn around and ask them, will you please stop kicking my chair? They're like, grabbing their pearls. I'm like, well, you're disrupting my experience. So please stop this. Sir, please stop.
Aren't the seats in the theater a little bit small, or is that just me?
No, they are very tight. And for someone with long legs.
Tight.
Yeah.
They are so tight. And
so I guess to the theater, we say, why would they do that? Because why would they do that? Well, now the seats are going to be wider because you can't sit by each other because of COVID. You have to sit every other seat. I'm just kidding.
I like that.
I don't know that for sure. Please don't mark that down. I'm just saying.
I like that.
Why would they do that if they are kicking your seat? Who was this who just said something? This is Lou Gaden Robinson. What did Lou just say?
Said folks still operating under 1950 to 1970 guidelines. He said older folks like me haven't caught up to the new behavioral guidelines yet. So I'm assuming that's about the masks.
No.
Well, it could be about anything. It could be about anything we said.
Well, all I can say, that was Lillian who agreed with me. I think about the UFO and the hat. Okay. All right. Well, look, you know what? Okay. Can I? Oh gosh. This one's touchy before we get into it. We got some hot ones for y'all tonight.
It's touchy.
But we've got some hot. Can we talk about people and their kids for a minute?
Yeah.
Can we talk? Because I love children. I love everybody. I love kids.
They are the future.
I love the kids.
I love the kids. I love the kids. But what gets me is that, why would people, why do some parents bring their kids to other people's houses or places and forget that the kid may tear up something. And they just sit around like, okay, well, we're not at my house, so the kids go, the kids do what kids do. But you're at somebody else's house.
Right.
So I mean, so why
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? And I've been to plenty of parties with their kids, and I've sat back and watched how kids have torn up somebody else's house, and the parents is out there drinking and out there, got their feet up. And the kids aren't bad, but why would the parents do that? Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
That's when I think that it is my obligation to express how we are all in the village, because I don't really care whose child it is. It's something inside me. I've been at the mall. I've been at restaurants. I'm at the airport. I'm all in somebody's business. Is that your child over there?
That's Cicely Tyson saying,
why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Look, where they do that?
Yeah, and it's not. And they do it. And again, I love kids, so I ain't blaming the kids about nothing.
But see, I think it's our responsibility as a village, though, Alvin. When those things happen, we have to say something.
Yeah.
We have to say something.
No, I truly was at a party, and I swear I saw, and it wasn't even my house, and I saw the people had all their kids there, and all of a sudden, I was like looking around the backyard, like, well, where are all the kids? And the parents were out in the backyard. And I went in the house and the kids were throwing pool balls and everything. I was like this.
Not pool balls.
They had just, okay, but that's all I'm saying is, why would they do that? But we're
going one time.
No.
Alvin,
but the
really
why
quickly,
would they?
One of my girlfriends brought her daughter to my place, which was fine. But she had put some leave-in conditioner in her hair. So we sat at my dining room table, like just having some snacks and some drinks. The little girl was all over my couch with her leave-in conditioner on.
All over you.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
Well,
Saladin, I'm mad for that one. But let me add quickly, Vash, the why would they do that to me would not apply to the children, because the children are going to do what they do. It should apply to those parents out back that I would say, where your child? Because is that your child?
Right. Well, Karen said people don't train their children properly, and Lillian said you invite them to leave. She said she lost a friend because she told them that they can't visit anymore until they learn to look and not touch.
Yeah.
Come on, Lillian. I don't know you, Lillian.
That's
but
my godmother.
Lillian,
that is my godmother.
Lillian, you can come to my house any day, anything, Lillian. Okay.
I support your ministry, Lillian. I support your ministry.
That.
You know what else too? My mother, God rest her soul. I love my mother to death, but my mother was straight up. She ain't sugarcoat nothing. So when I had my sweet baby boy Joshua, my mom came up to the hospital, and you know what she said? Let's be clear. Don't nobody think he as cute as you do. Okay. Although it, shook me for a minute, it was true. Yes. Don't nobody think he cute but you. So
I support that. Why would she do that? Okay, we're gonna give it. Why would they do that? Because they're trying to save somebody from a beatdown. Okay, so I support that. I support your mama and her and what do you call it? Her position on that. But
absolutely,
we're going. We got some hot ones for y'all. Y'all. We were just kidding around with that. So we're going to go here to begin the show, and we're going to open it up with our illustrious guest, Miss Alma. Alma, you want to share with our audience why would they do that?
Why would they do that? Why would they do that this evening when I was pondering is the new conversation that's going on with Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila and the bathing of the babies, that they wait until they see dirt.
Is this them right here? Is this Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis?
And I don't know if it's like we have money and we can do what we want, so we don't necessarily have to use soap. I don't know, but I think one should bathe regularly and not wait for the dirt to appear on your child and then bathe them. I don't know what is, and that can't be a where they do that at. It's a why do they do that? Did y'all hear about that? Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Well,
And why
Alma,
wouldn't you teach your children
did.
healthy hygiene habits?
I'm
Well,
gobsmacked. I mean, to
Wait a
wait for the
minute.
build up. No, really. Look at Candy.
Really, girl.
Exactly. To
Candy,
wait for the
Candy,
build
I'm
up
with
of
you.
dirt on your
Candy.
child.
I feel
Right.
like that. Well, you know, Alma, I did do some homework, you know, some checking on that when I heard that you were going
Thank
to do
you,
that.
Bestie.
But hold on. I read that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis on this radio show where they talked about that they didn't bathe their kids unless it was dirt on them.
Mhm.
The actress said, though, that she washed her face twice a day. And Ashton Kutcher said that he does wash his armpits and crotch, but daily, but nothing else ever.
Ew.
Ew.
Okay, ew.
Ew. I read that, and they were on the top. Why would they go on air and say that?
And say that.
Why
Yeah.
would they do that on air?
Yeah.
Alma.
'Cause we
Yeah.
could watch it again and again.
What they try to do is keep people away from their mate. If they both, everybody, the
Yeah.
world thinks they smell, they're not going to come a knocking, and they're both cute. Well,
Okay.
They were
people
cute.
meaning paparazzi and everybody, because you smelling like that, you smelling all stink. I ain't gonna come around you no way. Okay, but they're trying to keep the paparazzi and everybody away from that. That's
Using a long lens.
Alma.
The long
okay.
lens is necessary. So
Okay,
that was
so-
I was pondering about that one.
Huh. Okay.
That's a good ponder.
That's a good ponder.
That is a good ponder.
I will not look at Ashton Kutcher the same way again. Okay,
No.
thank you, Alma.
Well, my
So
little why
quantified.
would they do that is, why would Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin make a spaceship that looked like a part of the male anatomy and look like the ship from Austin Powers?
I think it's beautiful.
You know what, Saladin? Hey,
Solid.
hey, it depends on how many
Okay.
you seeing on a regular basis.
That's the problem. I know. It's true.
I
Well, there are some memes out there that I've seen about this Vash
Yes.
that feels the same way you do. Like, why would he create such a something that looks so phallic? But I think that Jeff Bezos is one of the smartest men in the world,
yes.
and he knows what he's doing. He
Well-
knows what he's doing with that toy.
Well, and it's totally a toy. Hey, Hayes, I see you, girl. There is an example, or there is a reason why they did this. Still, I don't appreciate it. I mean, according to Laura Forzik, who is part of Astrolytical, a space analytics company, what they tried to do was maximize the dome shape so they could fit the most number of people in. And then apparently it's better and easier to balance that on a smaller trunk than a larger one. But still, somebody was in a meeting and said, you know what? I think this looks a little strange.
No, they didn't. That's the problem.
Well, an engineer must have said, hey, it's the math. This is the way we got to fly it. I mean, because the other one didn't look like that. The Virgin Atlantic one didn't.
Look at what's happening. We are.
I would write that into space.
Okay, you would ride that into space.
Ride it all the way.
You know what? Okay, wait, no, we need one of those.
Where do they do that at?
We need a meme right here. He would ride it into space. Okay. Why would they do that?
All the way.
But we're talking about it on the show, so you see what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos is he ain't crazy.
Saladin and I know why they did that. We don't know why you and Vash don't know why they did that, but we know why they did that.
because Vash and I. Okay.
I'm going to stick with they did it because the math said that it was the best way.
Okay.
That is a good answer.
That's why.
Good
I got to provide some logic to it.
Well,
on some points that we have been on Family Feud with that one, Vash. Thank you.
Well, thank you. But people are still sending in comments. I know they're coming in after the fact on Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis ain't watching the kids, and they walking around funky. Okay, people stuff is still coming in. Well, since we're talking about celebrities, Now, this is a tricky, why would they do that to me? And so I wanted to share this because singer-songwriter Pink, if you all have heard, she has agreed to pay a fine, the fine for the Norwegian women's handball team. And if we could see the photos of now this is them in their shorts, and this next picture is them in their in their bikinis. Okay.
Of what was required, right?
Well, what the what do you call it? The International Handball Federation has said is that those shorts has to go. Now I want to know. Here's my why would they do that? Who is sitting on this International Handball Federation committee? Who's saying that these shorts? First of all, we want something that's going to ride all up between your. It's very sexist to me. So we don't want you to wear shorts looking like the men, which the men can wear shorts and can wear shorts that are almost equivalent to them. But the women, they want the women to all wear these bikinis, like they're going to hide the ball somewhere. Like, they got these shorts on that they're going to hide the ball. I just think that is a little, to me, it's sexist. But Pink, why would they do that? This is why would they do that? Because I understand why Pink has stepped up and said, I will pay the fine. I will pay the fine rather than you all go through this, and you wear your bikinis. They didn't tell them they couldn't wear them. Right. That's right. Come on, Sheree. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check Pink? Who is gonna check Pink? And so if any of you all want to know, the fine was $177 per athlete, which is 150 euros. But each. But again, why would they do that? I understand why Pink is doing it. I don't understand why the International Handball Federation is so up in arms and want to fine them, because they decided they don't want to put on something that if they play, they could get a rash, or I don't know. It just has a whole bunch of issues for me. And maybe a woman can help me or explain it more than me. But right off the bat, I'm just like, what's the problem?
Well, there's a serious over-sexualization of female athletes in general. Even the German women's gymnastics team changed their outfits. Instead of wearing just the skimpy leotard, they wore full-length unitards because they wanted to change the sexualization of women in sports. They're saying, we're sick of wearing skimpy things that have their cheeks out. So
did they get fined?
I do not believe that they got fined. So the committee did not try to fine them. Well, they're still women, but either they learned from the first time about trying to fine them, or I don't know. But there's definitely a pushback in women's sports to keep from having to be so overly sexualized. And those little skimpy bikinis in the handball, as well as in volleyball, it's a lot.
Well,
they should make the guys wear those little shorts.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. We've already, since we've let you out of your room. Okay.
Would you guys remember back in the day when basketball players actually did wear much tighter, much shorter shorts?
Yeah, that's when basketball was awesome.
And longer socks.
And longer
socks. And
sometimes fishnets.
Yeah.
And
well, I have something that's kind of like a real world scenario sort of thing, something that I experienced and made me wonder, why did they do that? So I'm going to try and summarize this as quickly as possible. A few months after George Floyd was murdered and Breonna Taylor was murdered and Ahmaud Arbery was murdered, I was on the rooftop here in my building playing pool with an older Black woman that I'm very friendly with. We were minding our business, and this guy gets off the elevator and approaches us. And he says, hey, there's a young Black guy walking around the building mumbling to himself. He doesn't live here. He was like, I'm waiting for maintenance to let me in my apartment. I locked myself out. So I'm waiting for maintenance to let me in my apartment so I can get my gun. Why would they do that?
Why would
he do that? And so I said to him, if there is indeed a young Black man walking around this building mumbling to himself who doesn't live here, I hope he happens upon this rooftop, and I'll make it my responsibility to make sure he gets out of here safely, and I'll make sure he gets to wherever he has to go. So my question is, why would he do that?
Well, why would he do that? Because he's well, let me see. Does Karen have a male name?
Kyle.
Kyle. He was a Kyle. Okay.
Wow.
He was a Kyle. And yeah, because that's my only explanation to why he would do that. Yeah. He clearly had a racist motive behind what he was doing. So I gave him a Kyle, but again, we've seen that over the last 2 years almost, how all of that has just come, I mean, we've seen a lot of. Is it Kyle now? Can I call them Kyle? Is Kyle the new word for the show? Kyle? Is that it? Okay? Is that Kyle? Because
you can use Kyle.
Oh, can we call male Karen? Okay. Ooh, that's kind of, well, in the whole scheme of we were talking about children. Another one of my why would they do that is around children's names, and I don't know if you all, people, for years, especially as Black people, remember we went through that period where Black people were naming their kids like 16 syllables and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of moved away from that. And then COVID comes in, and I found several families have named their kids after the COVID pandemic. This couple named their twins back in, actually, this was last November. They named their twins Corona and COVID. Okay.
I find that to be so creative.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? But they are more. This Indian family named their child Lockdown. Right, and the reason why they did it because they wanted to remind everyone to take precautions against COVID-19. Okay? Wow. They named their child Lockdown.
But what is Lockdown's last name?
Well, see, they ain't give me last name. Okay, Lockdown Jones. Okay, right. Lockdown Patterson. Okay, right. Can you imagine what that child's gonna go through? Lockdown Stewart. Can you imagine? And then there's a Philippine mother who named her baby COVID Bryant. She was so devastated at when Kobe Bryant died, and then COVID hit right after that. She named her child COVID Bryant.
I feel her pain.
Why would she do that? Why would she do that for okay? But and last but not least on this whole subject, because I was so into finding more names. I found out that these names I'm going to tell you now are quite popular, and people are going to start calling their kids this. Tina, which is short for quarantine. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And Tina, and Demi, which is short for pandemic.
Oh.
Okay.
And Rona, which is a traditional Celtic girl's name that means powerful. Those are going to be the new names that people are going to start calling their kids. On the other hand, I could see Demi because I ain't even going to associate it with pandemic. Okay, I'm not.
Right, you've got Demi Moore, you got Demi Lovato. There's a bunch of Demis to call.
But there's a girl out there somewhere in this country who she's like, I'm gonna name my baby Pamademica. Pamademica. That's real nice. Pamademica.
Right.
Why would she do that though? Why would
what else?
Okay, why would she do that?
As long as they don't put the lies or the because that kills me, Vash. I'm sorry. I hate the lies or the ties and the das in front of a name. That's what drives me crazy.
But who does that? Who does that? Who
because
does
at some point, I mean, it's cute when they are 2. But by the time they turn 49 and you saying La Bobby, it just
Corona.
doesn't.
Right.
At that time, the teacher has adapted to calling them by their what do you call it? The teacher has made up a name for them. They're not calling them by their name. That's only for record. But while they're in class, the teacher's not calling them they're not calling them all those syllables.
What is she calling them then?
They're calling their mother.
No, Tracy LaRose, you know what I'm talking about. That is not.
No,
Tracy LaRose, that is not what we're talking about. We talk about the made-up name with the lie in front of it.
Yeah, but
that's right, Cicely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was a little baffled on that. Why are people doing that? I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm off that horse. Okay.
We may have to come back and revisit some of these anyway, because we have some insights coming in from people from the audience. I just have to say
I love it.
that. Well, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because I have a question. Why would someone text you back and type more words to tell you why they can't reply to your simple question than it would have taken to just answer your simple question? I'm serious about that. You text somebody, you ask them, are we meeting tomorrow at 7 or 8? And what you get back is, oh my gosh, I'm in the grocery store.
Oh my God!
Trying to buy these groceries. The line is so long.
I can't find the mangoes.
Can I find the mangoes or the tahini?
Oh my God!
You know,
I promise
And my
I
corn
got
turd.
that call before. I got that call before we came on here.
did you really?
I got that call, Vash. I
That's
got
hilarious.
that call from somebody who did, but I reminded him. I told him, "Why would you do that? You asked me out to dinner, and I said, so what does your schedule look like tomorrow?" And they started telling me everything that they had to do, from moving furniture to.
I know. I know.
All
I
I need
can't.
is the answer.
I know. That's it. Just give me the answer. I don't need the whole backstory.
Yes.
I just don't care. Like 7 or 8.
Y'all want to
7
know a
or 8.
secret?
Yes.
I'm not even listening to
Yeah.
your first 6 words that have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It have
Right.
nothing.
I ain't even gonna
to
lie.
do-
I
not
don't even
even.
hear you while your
Get to
lips
the
are
point.
moving.
Get to
until
the
you
point.
Get to what I need to hear, and
Well-
then.
Well, I have another one. So, according to the CDC, 97% of the people nationwide who are hospitalized due to COVID-19 are unvaccinated. So, why do people who are unvaccinated say they're following the data when the data suggests that we should all be vaccinated? Why do they do that?
That is a good one.
That I could, but I don't know if I could say it on the show. I don't think, no. I mean, because why would they do that? Because there's a specific name that I would like to, and it starts with an A and it ends with an E.
I got it.
And okay, you got it. Okay,
Mhm.
because that is exactly what they are. And I know we're all grown, ladies and gentlemen, but there's some things I can't say on the show. Look
okay,
at Sean
I got
talking
it.
about say it. Okay,
I got it.
okay.
Sean,
Okay.
wait,
Say
it took me a
it,
minute,
say
Sean.
it.
Say yes.
Okay. I just because why would they do that? Because that's what they are. Okay.
You know what though? To your point, Alvin, the one thing that this is teaching me that I have always had a problem with my entire life is, why do you need something to happen to you in your life for you to get it or for you to understand it? You know what I mean? Like, people give to charities where family members have that disease, or people,
Right.
you know. So why do we have to do that? Can't you just care enough based on the facts?
Right.
Period. Because the other thing that is happening, which now this is not why they do it, it drives me crazy, is once they are hospitalized and, you know, the reporter is in there and they'll say, oh, everybody should go get vaccinated.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Really? Why? Because you got it? You should have got vaccinated. Then half of us wouldn't even be used to it. Like, really? That bugs me.
Alma,
Yeah.
I think last week, we talked about this, if I'm not mistaken, Vash and Saladin in the catch up, where I just said, you know, I feel bad that I don't feel sorry for them. I'm sorry. You know,
I still
don't
feel
I
sorry
don't-
for them.
Why? When
I
the
still
science
feel
said,
sorry for them, but I think they should have handled it differently, because I think that it's a killer. It is huge, and I know so many people who have died from it, and people who, I think, sadly, hospitals were so overwhelmed with it that I think some of our friends and family members who may have been suffering from something else could not get the necessary care that they needed, because and so they ended up, you know, passing away. But it is because, like I think everything is teaching us something. And this is teaching us. It doesn't have to knock on your door for you to get it. Then, you know, let me clarify. You're not going to door, Saladin and I are not going to open it because you didn't call and tell us you were coming.
Right.
But
Lesson is, don't be a word that starts with an A and ends with an E.
But, Alvin, Alma, to your point, though, it's a bigger issue about empathy and sympathy within
right.
people that
Right.
something has to happen to them. There are so many
Yes.
issues going on,
Yeah.
from discrimination to sexism, homophobia. Like
Yeah.
there's a whole list of things that people just don't see the benefit of having empathy and sympathy until it has directly affected someone in their life or themselves. And
Right.
yeah, I wish there was
Why
a
do
pill.
we do that?
Yeah.
Why would they
That's a
do
good
that?
Why would they do that?
That's a good question.
Which brings me back to my point. And I understand what you're saying because I know you got a heart of gold. I do too, but sometimes I have dirt in between my gold in my heart. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I know I do. But I still say,
It's
why
not
am
dirt, it's soap because
okay,
you shower.
soap. Okay, right. But why I find it hard to feel sorry for them at this stage of the game where we are, where we've been told and it's been proven that if you take the shot, chances are if you do get it, you won't get sick. But you come up with every reason or whatever to say that you're not. And now that you're laying up there with tubes running out of your mouth saying, oh, I should have got it. That's a problem for me.
Well, the only reason why and I jokingly tell people this all the time, I can find the compassion part of it because, quite frankly, if Michelle Obama says, get the straw and drink the purple juice, I'm all in. Where the ice cubes? Because this is someone that I totally believe in. So these people who are doing this are following somebody or some plan that they totally believe in, which they have a right to do that. I'm not watching that, so I don't see it that way. But I think it's sad that it is out there and they are following it, and look at what is happening to them because they are believing the wrong people and following the wrong advice. So that's why I find a little bit of compassion.
I totally agree. Okay, I'm you know what?
And I like your orange shirt, Alvin. I want you to know.
Oh, thank you, because I'm gonna take that compliment and keep going because I was going to come back at you, but because I know you know me. But no, I got a really big one that I want to share with y'all. But I got another. Why would they do that? Because this one is one that I'm sure we've all have experienced. I used to call them these people. I used to say that these are the people who like to, outdo you. They were the ones who outdo you. But have any of you all ever been out sickened? Have you heard the term out sickened? Have you out sickened? That's when you tell a person how you're feeling and they respond by telling you how much worse they're feeling. Okay, and usually, okay, right, and those same people are the same people when you say that you've gone on a vacation, and you be talking about your vacation, all of a sudden they're going to talk about their vacation and how wonderful their vacation is when you ain't even asked them about their damn vacation. But
I used to be her.
But they're going to outdo you. Okay, but they're going to outdo you.
I didn't mean it.
They're gonna want to outdo you. Okay, when you ain't even, you can be minding your business. They say you going, Alvin, how you feeling? Well, I had a cold yesterday. Well, Alvin, I did too.
And my throat was sore.
That's when you go, Alvin. That's when you go, girl. Let me call you back.
Right. But they're gonna stand there and out sick you. That's when you just put your hand up and say, okay, good. You okay? I'm out. Okay, I'm out. But we're gonna call that term is called out sickened. Okay, somebody's gonna out sicken you. They're gonna be sicker than you just to get their point across. And it comes across in different phases because people walking. People. I'm sure somebody come in your house and they're gonna do their house better than you did your house, or they're gonna buy a shirt that's better than your shirt. But we're gonna stick with out sicking. Be careful of the people out sicking you, okay? Because they're out there, okay? Because trust me, they're out there. But I'm sorry, you guys, because I got one that I want to share with y'all. But I'm just gonna let y'all go. If you all got one, because I'm getting ready to shut the house down on this one, okay? So I'm just telling y'all. But y'all go ahead. Y'all do y'all have any? Why would they do that? Because I'm ready to shut the house down. I want all of our audience to just fall out of your chair with what I'm getting ready to share with you right now. Okay. Do y'all have another? Why would they do that?
I do. I'm assuming that everybody drives on this panel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. For me, why does someone stop in the middle of the road to drop somebody off when there's
And
a
don't
parking
move
spot?
out of the way.
Parking spot right next to
What?
him.
What? Okay. See, I thought I didn't have any, but that right there irritates me. Why are we stopping? And
Why
look,
would they do that?
and why are we waiting for them to come out of the house? They aren't even standing on the sidewalk waiting. What? So we.
Exactly. Mouthing the word that you want to say.
Exactly.
And then they get an attitude when you tap on the horn, the polite honk. Toot,
Yeah,
toot.
the polite. Yeah.
And see,
But I always.
Vash is in Philly. And people, baby, when it comes to parking in Philly, I'm just gonna say, you better come a blade. People take their parking spaces very serious in Philadelphia. I have been there. I respect you all. I will not do that. I promise you. And people, Vash, they take their parking spaces very serious. And so for someone to do something like that, that's a big why would they do that? And they might get hurt. Okay. They might get hurt. Okay. Well, look. Okay, you all. I don't know if you all have heard this. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I'm gonna go ahead and share with y'all right now. I don't know if you all have seen this couple, who have decided to take their wedding pictures, their engagement pictures, and they decided it's an interracial couple, and they decided to have a slavery theme. What? So they have decided to have a slavery.
Shut up.
They have decided to have a slavery theme.
No.
You all,
you making this up?
This is not real.
Here are the pictures right here. Okay, an engaged interracial couple did a pre-wedding shoot inspired by slavery. Yes, they did. The photos were initially.
Oh my gosh, what is she
on Instagram.
doing?
Okay.
Is she doing what I think she's doing?
Wow.
Oh my God.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Slavery inspired storyline. 1842. Days passed and everything changed. Our love got stronger and stronger. He was no longer a slave. He was part of the family. The shoot, you can see, features a black man, his fiance, in shackles, and him being eventually released by his slave owner, his fiance. So, why would they do that? Why would the person take the picture? Why would someone do her makeup her makeup? Why would someone? There is so many. Why would they do that?
Well, $1 will make anybody holler in America. So, in regards to the makeup artist and the photographer, but this is absolutely shocking to me. This is not what Martin Luther King was talking about when he said, "I had a dream." This is not the dream and the hope of the slave. Okay, these people are vile, odious creatures. Okay, and I just want to, if I saw them, I'd have to stop myself from giving them a smack on the cheek. This is disgusting.
Well,
who
you guys,
is the who in that zoo? Okay,
that is
somebody
hilarious.
tell me who is the who in that zoo right there. Like
Baby,
well, Jeremy O. Harris wrote Slave Play, which was on Broadway and actually won awards. So what they're doing is not. I mean, it is definitely. It's It's
so is that from the play?
It's a thing. But, Slave Play. It's an extremely provocative play. As a matter of fact, it was probably one of the most perfect nights of theater because everybody in that theater had a reaction to that play. I don't want to tell you too much about it because if it ever comes to a town near you, you should go see it because it does cover things. I mean, it's kind of amazing. It's amazing in terms of that journey, but there are couples in that play that a young black guy, Jeremy O. Harris, wrote that deals with this exact subject. So I'm not so shocked by it.
I'm gonna ask my producer to put up a meme. Find a meme right now because I got a question for Vash. Okay.
What is it?
And the whole thing that you don't understand is they're lovers.
Vash, okay, wait a minute, Vash.
That's their engagement picture.
Vash, and I haven't seen Slave Play, and I cannot wait to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But let me keep this in the context for how it has been delivered to us.
Okay.
You are going to It's okay. It is okay. I cannot find it is okay for them to think that having just this whole concept of having your how he is proposing to you be acted out in this way, and it's okay.
And whose idea was it? Did she introduce this idea, or did the guy introduce it? And what does that say about? I just feel like it's a little bit disrespectful to our ancestors who toiled, and I'm just completely thrown off. Does he have any self-hate? Does the guy have some self-hate beneath the surface?
If you're gonna put shackles on first of all, I have worked a long time in my life, over 60 years, and I have felt like I've had shackles, but you've never seen them. Okay, he literally had chains on his arms.
I saw that.
And you know what I'm saying? And proposing to her, he literally had chains. I just find this so freaking disturbing. And this is a why would they do that? That's going to stick with me for a long time. Okay,
why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
I'm so confused.
There's a whole
me too.
There's a whole strata of folk that are engaged in this antebellum sexual. Well, I don't want to say sexual. This antebellum social experience. I mean, it's rather intense.
I get that.
I don't want to judge anybody because you know people do all kinds of things.
Right.
But it's such that they felt comfortable doing this as part of their engagement, as well as probably incorporating it into their lives. Bring it to us.
You know how people say, in some interracial couples, let's say someone may accuse like the white person in an interracial relationship of being racist, and the white person will say, "I'm married to a black man. How could I be racist?" And then I see these photos.
And what I'm feeling right now when you said that, Saladin, is what you do in your house. You know what I'm saying? But they put this all out on, I mean, it's public. It's out there. And you did that. And I'm kind of, even though I sound like I'm judging them, if that's what you want to do, you do it. But in my eye, it's just disrespectful. It's just not. I can't understand it. I don't see.
You're not alone. Rose is like, I find it disturbing. Monica is like, you've got to be kidding.
Can we get them on the show?
I have no words.
You should invite them to the show. I'd like to learn and understand.
It is so many things. But again,
it's a lot.
We're not judging you, but you guys gave us something to talk about. I'm just gonna tell you that. And you, in my opinion, for me, of all the why would they do that?
It's a lot.
That was the biggest why would they do that for me
Alvin,
tonight.
You can call me Judy because I'm judging.
My best friend, Judge Judy. Yes, I want her to be my best friend. Well, guys, wow. If you all got a couple more, why would they do that? Because I'm sure you all got a couple more before we go, and we sign off for the night. If you got them, let me hear them. If not, I'm going to tell our audience about what's coming up for our August show. But I want to thank you all. If you don't, let me know, because I don't.
I have one really quickly. Major pet peeve of mine: whether I'm at a restaurant or at someone's home, don't serve me my drink like this. Why do people put their fingers around the rim where you have to put your mouth? Why would they do that?
And you're not. And this is at their home. You're not even at the bar.
Exactly, Candy.
This is at their home. Okay, see, Saladin, I was trying to leave you, and I ain't trying to up on you or nothing like that. But okay. Here's a huge pet peeve of mine of why would they do that. I am such a giver. I'm such a giver, and that's right. And see this image of Dominique Devereaux.
If you're such a giver, Alvin, you should take Jeff Bezos' ship to outer space.
No. I'm going to take this meme from Dominique Devereaux and slap the living piss out of somebody for this. Why would they do that? I am the kind of person that when you ask me to do something, if you ask me to do it, I'm going to tell you yes or no. And once I commit and I do it, that's that. But have you ever had someone to say that you've done favors for or whatever, and they ask you to do something, you go, oh sure, I'll do it, and they say, well, remember I did that for you. It takes, when I tell you the blood gets sucked out of me, when I tell you that I'm bald, I get cornrows every time something like that. And I've had that happen on occasions where I was in church and I had to leave church because of what I was going to say to them. Oh, well, I gave you 10. Exactly. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That to me is one of those ones that like stabbed me a little bit, because I'm such a giver, and if I do it, I'm giving it to you, and and so don't remind me of what you did for me, because that's going to set a tone for me that's going to be like,
right. You know what?
Let me call you back.
Something.
I'm a pepper spray you. Exactly.
I was thinking about something that happened to me a couple of times at work when we were all at work before the pandemic. Have you ever walked to the vending machine and maybe you get a bag of potato chips or a bag of Fritos or something, and then you're walking back and somebody in your office will come over and stick their hand down in your bag?
No.
Why would they do that?
Why?
Why? Why?
And this is before you can grab the bag and close it up.
Before you can grab the bag and close it up, and they just stick their hand down and then grab some of your chips or whatever.
I don't know why they would do that, but they would be less one finger.
Or like, you know what? You can have it. You can have it.
No.
I'm from Chicago. That would trigger me.
They say, "Oh no, I just wanted a few." Oh no.
No. Okay.
That's disgusting.
Well,
Wendell said, why do people give directions in the city that they've never been before? I feel like you're going the wrong way.
That is hilarious. I do that, Wendell, and then I feel bad because after I give directions, which I'm so bad, I don't even know my left from my right. Like I get mixed up all the time. But then I'm walking, and then I think, oh, I shouldn't have sent them that way. Maybe if I had told him to go 2 blocks over, and I turn and look, and they are gone, and I cannot correct my direction.
Is that the same? Does that rule apply for relationships, for people who can't keep a relationship or who've never really been in one, and yet they're going to tell you how to maintain yours?
Oh my goodness!
Why would they do that? You can't keep a boyfriend or girlfriend for 2 days,
right?
And yet you're going to tell me that, oh, you should be with that person. That person is good. They got all the relationship information you need, but they can't keep one. Is that the same rule that Wendell was saying? Is that the same?
I heard someone was telling me some relationship advice that really didn't make a lot of sense to me, because I have an advice column, number 1, and number 2, I've been married 25 years, so it wasn't registering with me. Hey, there you go. Somebody got a light. You got a light. I need to light my cigarette. Okay.
Smoke this. Okay.
And so she was telling me this information because this particular person is looking to get married. And I said, well, why are you doing that? Because my girlfriend who lives, in Atlanta gave me this information, and it has always stuck with me. And I said, well, how is her relationship going? Because really, this was bad advice. So she says, oh, well, they got divorced. And you still listening to that?
Why would she do that?
Why would she told you in your mind, really, girl?
Why would she bring it to you? Why would she do that, Alma?
Why?
Just lost. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, look, first of all, I got to thank you all for tonight's show. Thank you. You guys are just absolutely incredible. Thank you for joining the cast tonight. Give yourself a round of applause tonight, please. But before we go, ladies and gentlemen, we have to tell you next week is we're starting our month of August off on a high note. When I say a high note, I mean a high note, a musical note, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we have the Grammy Award winning songwriter, on the show, Mr. Gordon Chambers, ladies and gentlemen. He has written for everybody: Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker. Let me see,
Beyonce, Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. He's going to,
Brownstone.
he has his own CDs out, ladies and gentlemen, his own music where he is just absolutely amazing. And I can't even give him the type of credit that I want to give him right now, except for he's phenomenal. He's going to be on the He Said show next week. And he said that he's going to sing for us, ladies and gentlemen. So this will be our first show where we have a live performance from a Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter, Mr. Gordon Chambers. So tune in next week. We are so psyched for it. So you guys, thank you for joining the show tonight. As I said, and we want to give everybody our words of the week. We hope that will keep you. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my little, what do you call it? I got to put my little screen up because we didn't get into the show. Oh, there it is. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of success is found in your daily routine. And that is unknown, ladies and gentlemen. Change your life, make it happen, do something that makes you happy and changes who you are if you're not happy with who you are or where you are. So thank you, Vash, Saladin, and Alma for joining us tonight. Next Tuesday, Ask Alma at 7 o'clock. On
7 o'clock,
NNPA.
I'll see you there, Alvin. Yes, next Tuesday.
I will be there. But also know that these two right here, Vash and Saladin, will be making guest appearances on her show as well.
Yes.
So stay in tune and catch them.
Wait.
But thank you all for a great show. And I don't know why would they do that, but thank you all for a great show. Until we see you next time, thanks for joining us tonight on He Said.
He said.
He said.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.